Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're zooming in on a truly special piece from the United States, the 2022 $quarter honoring the legendary Maya Angelou. This coin isn't just a piece of currency, it's a tribute to one of America's most inspiring voices, and trust me, you'll want to hear why this coin is turning heads in the collecting world, so listen closely and enjoy every moment. Now, the Maya Angelou quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, but it's far from ordinary. This coin celebrates Maya Angelou's incredible legacy as a poet, author, and civil rights activist whose words and spirit have touched millions. The design is stunning, showing Maya Angelou with a powerful, joyful expression surrounded by birds symbolizing freedom and hope. Every detail on this coin tells a story of strength, courage, and resilience. It's more than a coin, it's a piece of history you can hold in your hand. But here's where it gets really interesting for collectors. The 2022 Maya Angelou quarter is known for some unique minting quirks and errors that make certain versions exceptionally rare and highly sought after. First, there are coins with striking anomalies like doubled dies where the design elements appear shadowed or doubled. These kinds of mint errors happen when the coin dies misalign during production and can create some mind-blowing visual effects. Believe it or not, coins with these double die errors can command a premium in the market because they're rare and visually fascinating. Another rare error to look out for on the Maya Angelou quarter is what collectors call off-center strikes. This means the coin's design is shifted so part of the image or lettering is missing or cut off. These off-center coins are unintentional but highly collectible because they're scarce and unpredictable. Imagine having a coin where Maya Angelou's inspiring face is slightly askew. That's a true one-of-a-kind find. And let's not forget about coins with unusual metal composition or planchet errors where the metal blank the coin is struck on is imperfect. Sometimes you get coins that are thicker, thinner, or have strange metal discolorations. These planchet errors are prized because they're accidental and rare, making each one unique. So what does all this mean for you, the collector or treasure hunter out there? Well, a regular 2022 Maya Angelou quarter in circulated condition might not be worth much more than its face value, but if you've got one in pristine uncirculated condition, that's already a cut above. Now add a mint error like the ones we talked about and the value skyrockets. Here's the part you've been waiting for, and this is why you should keep your eyes peeled if you happen to have a flawless mint error Maya Angelou quarter. That's a truly rare specimen. The value can reach an astounding $96,000. Yes, you heard that right, $96,000 for a single quarter that tells the story of a powerful icon and showcases a rare minting mistake that collectors dream of finding. So imagine holding a coin that not only honors Maya Angelou's timeless legacy but could also be worth more than a luxury car or a dream vacation. This coin is a stunning blend of history, art, and rare chance, all rolled into one small but mighty piece of metal. Top 2. We're diving into the fascinating world of the United States 1978 $quarter. This coin might look familiar, but believe me, there's so much more to it than just everyday change. So listen up closely and enjoy this deep dive into why this 1978 quarter is catching the eyes of collectors everywhere. The 1978 quarter is part of the iconic Washington quarter series, which has been a staple in American currency for decades. But what makes the 1978 quarter special is not just its age or the history behind it, but the rare minting quirks and errors that some of these coins hold, which make them incredibly valuable and highly sought after. Let's start by talking about rarity. The 1978 quarters were minted in huge quantities, but that doesn't mean all of them are common. Collectors know that the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A quarter from 1978 that's been in circulation will usually carry just its face value or maybe a little more if it's in nice condition, but finding one in mint or near mint condition is a different story altogether. It's those pristine coins that collectors are willing to pay serious money for. Now, what makes things really exciting are the mint errors. The 1978 quarter has several known minting errors that turn an ordinary coin into a rare collectible. One of the most popular errors is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design elements like the date or the lettering are stamped twice but slightly offset, creating a doubled appearance. These double die coins are fascinating because you can actually see the doubling effect with your eyes, and they are very limited, making them extremely valuable. Another error to watch out for is the off-center strike. Imagine a quarter where the design isn't perfectly centered, so part of the image or lettering is cut off. These off-center strikes are rare and very popular among collectors because each one is unique. The more off-center the coin is, the more valuable it can There are also coins with what's called die cracks or die breaks, where the metal die used to stamp the coin develops cracks, causing raised lines on the coin's surface. These cracks can add character and rarity to a coin, especially if they're pronounced and well defined. What does all this mean when it comes to the value? A standard 1978 quarter in average condition might only be worth its face value or a few dollars if it's in uncirculated condition, but when you get a coin with a minting error like a double die or off-center strike, suddenly you're looking at something collectors really want to add to their collection, and they're willing to pay a premium for it. And here's the jaw-dropping part: if you happen to own a flawless 1978 quarter with a rare minting error like a perfect double die or a major off-center strike, that coin can be worth a staggering $76,000. Yes, you heard that right, $76,000 for a single quarter from 1978. That kind of value is mind-blowing and shows just how special these rare error coins can be. So next time you come across a 1978 quarter, don't just see it as a coin in your pocket. Think about the stories it could tell and the rare possibilities it might hold. Your chance to own a piece of numismatic history, and maybe even a coin worth a fortune, could be right under your nose. Top 3. We're unlocking the fascinating story behind the United States 1982 quarter dollar. You might think it's just a regular coin you see every day, but trust me, this little piece of metal holds some incredible secrets and rare surprises that could make it a gem for collectors. So listen up carefully and enjoy this deep dive into what makes the 1982 quarter so special and valuable. The 1982 quarter belongs to the iconic Washington quarter series, which has been a symbol of American currency for decades, but this particular year stands out for a few very interesting reasons. While millions of quarters were minted in 1982, only a handful have caught the attention of collectors around the world, and that's because of some fascinating minting errors and unique features that you definitely want to know about. First, let's talk about rarity and condition. Every coin starts as a regular piece of currency, but what transforms it into a collector's treasure is how well it has been preserved and whether it has any unique flaws. The 1982 quarter was made in large quantities, but finding one in flawless mint condition is becoming rare over time, as most have been circulated and show signs of wear. Coins that retain their original mint luster and details command a premium from collectors who want to add pristine pieces to their collections. Now here's where things get really exciting for collectors. Mint errors on the 1982 quarter can skyrocket its value. One of the most talked about errors is the double die, where the images or letters on the coin appear doubled or shadowed. This happens when the coin is stamped twice with a slight misalignment, creating a striking visual effect. These double die quarters are rare and collectors go wild over them because they are not just coins, they are like tiny works of art created by accident. Another type of error that makes the 1982 quarter special is the off-center strike. Imagine a coin where the design isn't perfectly centered, so parts of the image or date are missing or cut off. This error happens during the minting process and makes each off-center coin unique. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. So if you find a quarter with a noticeably shifted design, hold on to it because it could be worth a lot. There are also coins with die cracks, where the metal dies used to stamp the coin develop cracks, leaving raised lines on the surface. This adds character and rarity to the coin, especially when the cracks are prominent and the coin is in great condition. Collectors love these kinds of imperfections because they tell a story of the coin's production and make each coin unique. So what does all this mean for the value of a 1982 quarter? A regular circulated coin might just be worth its face value, but if you have one that is in mint condition, or even better has one of these rare errors like a double die or off-center strike, the value can increase dramatically. And here's the jaw-dropping part: a flawless 1982 quarter with a rare mint error can be worth an astonishing $70,000. Yes, you heard that right, $70,000 for a single quarter from 1982. This incredible value shows just how powerful rarity and condition are in the coin collecting world. So next time you come across a 1982 quarter, don't just see it as a simple piece of change. Think about the possibility that you might be holding a rare treasure with a fascinating history and the potential to be worth thousands. Your next lucky find could be closer than you think. Top 4. Get ready to dive deep into one of the most intriguing coins from the United States, the 1997 quarter dollar. You might think it's just an ordinary piece of change, but believe me, this coin holds some secrets that could make it a prized possession for collectors everywhere. So listen closely and enjoy this detailed look at what makes the 1997 quarter so rare, valuable, and downright fascinating. The 1997 quarter is part of the classic Washington quarter series, but it's not just any quarter. Minted in that year. It was produced during a time when the United States Mint was experimenting with new designs and minting techniques, which led to some interesting variations and rare errors that collectors dream about. While millions of these quarters were put into circulation, only a very small number have those special features that make them stand out from the crowd. Let's talk about condition first, because condition is everything in coin collecting. A regular 1997 quarter that's been in circulation might only be worth its face value, but finding one in perfect uncirculated condition is already a step up and can attract more interest from collectors. Coins that have been kept in mint state without any wear are much rarer than you'd think, especially as years go by and more coins get handled and worn down. But what really sends collectors into a frenzy are the mint errors and unique characteristics found on some 1997 quarters. One of the most famous errors from this year is the double die error, where parts of the coin's design like the date or lettering appear doubled or blurry. This happens when the coin is struck twice with a slight misalignment, creating a cool and rare visual effect. These double die errors are highly prized because they're not just coins, they're accidental works of art that showcase the complexities of the minting process. Another error that adds value to the 1997 quarter is the off-center strike. This means that when the coin was stamped, the design didn't line up properly, so part of the design or lettering is missing or cut off. Off-center strikes vary in how much of the coin is affected, and the more off-center the coin is, the rarer and more valuable it becomes. Imagine holding a quarter where Washington's profile or the date is partly missing. That's a true one-of-a-kind collector's item. There are also coins with die cracks, where tiny fractures develop in the dies used to stamp the coins. These cracks show up as raised lines on the coin's surface and add a unique touch that collectors love, especially when the cracks are prominent and the coin itself is in excellent condition. Each die crack tells a story about the coin's production and makes the coin stand out in a collection. So what's all this rarity and uniqueness worth in terms of money? A standard 1997 quarter in average condition might just be worth its face value, but if you have one in pristine mint condition, or better yet one that shows one of these rare errors like the double die or off-center strike, your coin's value could increase dramatically. Now here comes the part that will blow your mind. A flawless 1997 quarter with a rare minting error can fetch an incredible $58,000. Yes, you heard that right, $58,000 for a single quarter from 1997. That's the amazing power of rarity, condition, and those special minting mistakes coming together to create something truly valuable and extraordinary. So next time you pick up a 1997 quarter, don't just think of it as loose change. Think about the possibility that you might be holding a rare treasure with a fascinating history and the potential to be worth a fortune. Your next lucky coin could be right in your pocket or sitting quietly in your collection, just waiting to be discovered. Top 5. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the United States 1986 quarter dollar. This coin might look like ordinary change, but believe me, it hides some amazing secrets and rare features that could make it a true gem for collectors. So listen carefully and enjoy this journey into what makes the 1986 quarter so special and valuable. The 1986 quarter belongs to the classic Washington quarter series, which has been a part of American currency for decades. But what sets the 1986 quarter apart is the unique minting quirks and errors that can turn an everyday coin into a collector's dream. While millions of these quarters were minted that year, only a select few have rare characteristics that make them stand out and highly sought after by coin lovers all around the world. Let's start by talking about condition, because condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. A typical 1986 quarter you find in your pocket or change jar is probably worth just its face value, but if you have one that has been preserved in pristine uncirculated condition, then you already have something more valuable. Coins that retain their original mint luster and sharp details attract serious attention from collectors who want to keep their collections in perfect shape. But what really makes the 1986 quarter exciting are the rare mint errors and variations that collectors go crazy for. One of the most famous and valuable errors is the double die, where parts of the coin's design like the date or lettering appear doubled or shadowed. This happens when the coin is stamped twice with a slight misalignment, creating a visually striking effect. These double die quarters are rare and collectors see them as tiny accidental masterpieces showcasing the mint's fascinating production process. Another intriguing error to look out for is the off-center strike, when the coin is struck off-center, part of the design or lettering is missing or cut off, making each coin unique. The more off-center the strike, The rarer the coin becomes, and collectors love these one-of-a-kind pieces that tell a story about the minting process. It's like holding a coin that is truly unlike any other. There are also die cracks which happen when the metal dies used to strike the coins develop cracks over time. These cracks leave raised lines on the coin's surface, adding character and rarity to the piece, especially when the cracks are noticeable and the coin is in excellent condition. Collectors highly prize these imperfections because they make each coin stand out. So what does all this mean for the value of a 1986 quarter? A standard circulated quarter might only be worth its face value, but if you own one that is in mint condition, or even better has one of these rare errors like a double die or off-center strike, your coin could be worth a small fortune. And here comes the mind-blowing part: a flawless 1986 quarter with a rare minting error can fetch an astonishing $67,000. Yes, you heard that right, $67,000 for a single quarter from 1986. That's the incredible power of rarity, condition, and unique minting mistakes coming together to create something truly extraordinary. So next time you find a 1986 quarter, don't just think of it as loose change. Think about the possibility that you might be holding a rare treasure with an amazing history and the potential to be worth thousands. Your next lucky coin could be right in your pocket or tucked away in your collection, just waiting to be discovered. Top 6. We're exploring one of the most fascinating pieces from American currency, the United States 1979 quarter dollar. You might think it's just a regular coin that's been passing through hands for decades, but there's much more beneath the surface that makes this coin a highly sought-after prize. So pay close attention and enjoy this detailed look into what makes the 1979 quarter so rare, valuable, and irresistible to collectors worldwide. The 1979 quarter is part of the timeless Washington quarter series, but this particular year has some unique stories to tell and special features that set it apart from other quarters minted before and after it. Millions of quarters were produced that year, but only a few have those rare characteristics that make them true gems in the eyes of collectors around the world. Numismatists are constantly on the lookout for these special coins, and today you'll learn exactly what to look for. First things first, condition plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. A circulated 1979 quarter that's been handled, scratched, and worn down over the years will only be worth its face value, or maybe just a bit more, but finding one that has been preserved in mint condition with its original shine and crisp details is a whole different story. These uncirculated coins are rare and command much higher prices in the collector market because they represent a moment frozen in time with every detail intact. But what really excites collectors are the mint errors and variations that show up on some 1979 quarters. These mistakes are like accidental works of art that give a coin its unique identity. One of the most coveted errors is the double die, where the images or lettering appear to be stamped twice, creating a cool shadow or doubling effect. This happens because of a misalignment during the minting process, and coins with this error are extremely rare and highly desirable. Another fascinating error to watch for is the off-center strike, where the coin is stamped slightly askew, so part of the design is missing or cut off. These off-center quarters vary in degree, and the more extreme the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors love these because no two off-center strikes are exactly alike, giving each coin a one-of-a-kind appeal. Die cracks are another type of error that adds value to the 1979 quarter. These occur when the metal dies used to strike the coin develop tiny cracks which appear as raised lines on the surface of the coin. This imperfection gives the coin character and rarity, especially when the cracks are prominent and the coin remains in great condition. It's like having a coin with a unique fingerprint from the minting process. So what does all this mean in terms of value? Well, a regular circulated 1979 quarter might only be worth 25 cents, but if you have one that's uncirculated, or better yet has one of these rare errors like a double die or off-center strike, your coin's value could increase dramatically. Here's the amazing part: a flawless 1979 quarter with a rare mint error can be worth a staggering $77,000. Yes, you heard that right, $77,000 for a single quarter from 1979. That's the incredible impact of rarity, condition, and unique minting mistakes coming together to create something truly extraordinary. So next time you come across a 1979 quarter, don't just see it as ordinary change. Think about the possibility that you might be holding a rare treasure with a fascinating history and the potential to be worth a fortune. Your next big find could be right in your pocket or hidden in your collection, just waiting to be uncovered. Top 7, and last rare coin. We're uncovering the fascinating story behind the United States 1974 quarter dollar. You might think it's just an everyday coin you see in your pocket, but trust me, this coin has some hidden secrets and rare features that make it a must-have for collectors. So listen closely and enjoy this deep dive into what makes the 1974 quarter so special and valuable. The 1974 quarter is part of the iconic Washington quarter series, which has been a staple of American currency for decades. But what makes the 1974 quarter stand out is the combination of rarity, condition, and unique minting errors that have made certain examples incredibly sought after. While millions were produced in 1974, only a handful have the qualities that elevate them from ordinary coins to prized collector's items. First up, condition is key in the world of coin collecting. A typical 1974 quarter that's been circulated will only be worth its face value or maybe a little more, but if you have one that has been preserved in flawless uncirculated condition with its original shine and sharp details, then you already have something much more valuable. Collectors prize coins that look like they just came out of the mint, because those are much rarer, especially as years go by and coins get worn down from everyday use. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The 1974 quarter has some incredible mint errors that can make a huge difference in its value. One of the most famous errors is the doubled die, where the coin's details appear doubled or shadowed. This happens because the coin was struck twice with a slight misalignment, creating a fascinating visual effect. Coins with this double die error are highly prized because they are not just coins but rare works of art created by accident. Another error that collectors love is the off-center strike. This means the design on the coin isn't perfectly aligned, so part of the image or date is missing or cut off. Off-center quarters come in different degrees of misalignment, and the more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Imagine holding a quarter where Washington's profile or the date is partially missing. That's a unique collector's dream. Die cracks are yet another type of error that adds value to the 1974 quarter. Over time, the metal dies used to stamp coins develop cracks which appear as raised lines on the coin's surface. These cracks give the coin character and rarity, especially when they are prominent and the coin is still in excellent condition. Collectors love these imperfections because they make each coin one of a kind. So what does all this mean in terms of money? A regular circulated 1974 quarter might just be worth 25 cents, but if you have one in mint condition, or better yet one with a rare error like a double die or off-center strike, your coin's value could increase dramatically. And here's the jaw-dropping part: a flawless 1974 quarter with a rare minting error can be worth an astonishing $79,000. Yes, you heard that right, $79,000 for a single quarter from 1974. That's the amazing power of rarity, condition, and those unique minting mistakes coming together to create something truly valuable. So next time you find a 1974 quarter, don't just think of it as ordinary change. Think about the possibility that you might be holding a rare treasure with a fascinating history and the potential to be worth thousands. Your next lucky coin could be hiding in your pocket or tucked away in your collection, just waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1974 quarter, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on more amazing coin stories. Thanks for watching and happy collecting. May your coin hunts be exciting and your collections priceless.